Hi guys, it's Caroline Peregrino again, psychiatric nurse practitioner out of California. I really appreciate the warm comments that you guys provided me when I posted my first video, and I'm really hoping that I was able to help a few of you new grads who are just about, to graduate from psychiatric NP school. I did not have that kind of support, and I have to really dig research, or even research, you probably could not find that. I just have to experience it myself to pretty much know it. So I want to put out little videos and summaries of things so that maybe it would help some people, maybe not, but for those people who can be supported by my experience, I mean, that would be amazing. Remember, this is my experience. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have different experiences, and maybe if you are watching this video, you can add it to the comment section so that we can help other new grads coming out as a psychiatric nurse practitioner. So what I want to talk about today is, what are the 4 things that, I'm sure there's a lot of other things, but these are the 4 major things that I think new grad psychiatric nurse practitioners need to know when looking for a job. Okay, and there's a lot of different jobs as a psychiatric nurse practitioner out there, and I think one thing is you really want to know, where do you want to work? What is your the setting that you likely want to work in? Do you want to work in an ambulatory clinic setting? You want to work in a private practice setting, in a hospital setting, in the correctional facility? There's just a lot of different, or inpatient psychiatric hospital, even emergency psychiatric care. So there's a lot of different, facilities or areas that we can work at as psychiatric nurse practitioner. So that's one, because each one would have a set of different things that they will offer. I mean, I think as nurses, probably most of us are in the hospital setting. In the hospital setting, it's a package. We don't get to, choose our benefits. We don't get to choose, I just want medical and the vision, and all that. I guess we could do that, but usually it is a package. So the first one that you need to know is you want to have a set guideline of what you want in a practice. Do you want benefits? Do you want it to be a W-2, meaning they would hold taxes for you and you're an employee instead of a contractor? Or do you want to be a contractor where they don't withhold taxes and they pay you everything and you pay taxes at the end? So this is almost like you're a self-employed. And usually this is possible, this W-2 or 10, this is California, this is my experience, W-2 or 1099, this is in a private practice setting. I believe if it's in a hospital or a big facility, then it's going to be a W-2, just because that's just how they function. So you want to know what is it that you want, and kind of look at each one and see if it makes sense for you and your family. Maybe you have a partner who already have benefits and you don't want that, but you want the, you want to be a contractor and get a 1099, so you get more income and you've got more control of what's coming in. When you are offered a rate, how much you're going to be paid, do not take that and just, okay, I'll take that, right? Always counter offer. What could go wrong, right? 1, at least you tried. 2, it sets the bar high that you know what you're capable of and you know your worth. One thing that I have experienced many times whenever I am offered a certain rate is that this is how much we are paying other PAs in this clinic or other NPs. And I just go silent, because to me, I really don't care how much they're being paid. All I care about is what my worth is and what I'm going to bring to this clinic, because their experience is not my experience, and who I am is not them. So they do them and I do me, and you guys, you do you. So I just stay quiet when they say that, and I would really assert what I want to be paid. And I would tell them that, this is what I want to be paid. They can either say yay or nay, or they'll work it out with you, right? One other thing is, for me, and this is California, and I'm being open, I would not accept if it's an hourly rate, benefited, I would not accept anything less than $90 an hour. That's just me. In California, I would not accept anything less than $90 per hour with benefits. But can you go higher? Yes, of course. If it's in a private practice, you probably could go higher. It depends also on what kind of reimbursement kind of situation or billing situation the private practice is going to be using. There is direct bill, meaning you are actually paneled with insurance and they bill for you, and the practice is paid by the insurance based on your services, right? Based on the code that you're using. So the practice is being paid based on how much the insurance is paying for your services or the code that you're using during your, direct patient care. There is also incident to billing, which is, I do not know the legalities of this, but incident to billing is when the provider, and this is again California, okay, the provider, the psychiatrist is billing their services, but you're the one giving the services, and it's billed. They have the direct connection. They are directly paneled with that insurance, and they will bill using their rate for your services. So usually MD rates are higher than NP rates, so they get reimbursed on a higher rate than if you were the one directly paneled with the insurance. So I think that's really important that you know that, and you should ask, like, is this going to be an incident to billing kind of billing situation, or is it am I going to be paneled directly with the insurance? Because that will tell you how much you can bargain for more, either hourly or a per patient reimbursement. If it's a per patient reimbursement, I would not go less than $75 per patient. And of course, it could go higher. It just depends on the insurance panel. Some insurances pay very little and almost nothing, and some insurance pay higher. So, but this is just me again. I would not go below that per patient. Third, you want to make sure you've got a supervision, meaning a clinical supervision, not your admin staff, no manager supervision. It's a clinical supervision, because that's definitely what you need. For California, we're not a full practice authority yet at the moment, but we're hoping that it will pass soon. I think it passed the assembly. We'll see what happens next, but it's moving forward. So here we really need to have a collaborating psychiatrist. That's just, what's the law, right? And so it's really important that you ask who's going to be your supervising psychiatrist. Talk to that supervising psychiatrist, get his or her input as to, how he or she handles, situations, cases, and how he or she can be available to you during situations that you need them. Find out what their philosophy in treatment, things like that. And what's your philosophy in collaborating with a psychiatric nurse practitioner? Also, find a mentor. I think that's number 4. That's the number 4 one, is find a mentor. And this is, it could be somebody inside, the practice that you're working at, or it could be outside, the practice. It could be, a few of you guys who just graduated, or, maybe, other psychiatric NPs who have already have, some experience under their belt, a few years that you can talk to and connect with, maybe every 2 months or something like that, or every month you can go out and chat about, how you're doing. And this maybe it's not cases per se, but more of some of, we always go back to self-doubt, and are we doing this right? Am I diagnosing, more of those things, and kind of more of an emotional support for us. And I think that's very valuable. Actually, we just started doing that in our location too. We are a group of few psychiatric PA and psychiatric NPs. We see each other, every 6 weeks, just talk about work situation, empower each other, you know, kind of give our input about certain things. So one, we just feel kind of supported by each other and validated, and I think that's the biggest thing, is to be validated and acknowledge that we're doing the right thing, and also validated that, you know, we don't need to know everything right from the get-go, which causes a lot of anxiety, right? And then burnout at the end. So those are my four those are my 4 tips for newly grad NPs, psychiatric NPs, when you're looking for a job. So I'm hoping that you learn, you know, out of that. And I always say, you do you. That's me. And make sure that you write what you want, and you go to a job with already a standard of what you need, instead of, you know, just taking whatever they're offering you. Okay, so hopefully we'll make more videos about, you know, other topics. But okay, good night guys, bye.